So I've decided that I'm very much ready for a husband.
I should have been more clear about these DMs. I'm taking husband applications.
Boyfriend applications are open, husband applications are still open.
I'm the problem. I just realized that I'm emotionally unavailable, so I attract emotionally unavailable men. That's it.
Another year and another husband hunt begins. It's funny, isn't it? We have many women looking for a husband while many are avoiding it. Thanks to social media, men have seen the consequences that comes with that.
If you're a single woman living in Toronto, you need to come to a landscape show because the men here are thirsty AF, okay? So if you're a single woman in the GTA and you haven't gone to a landscape show, you need to. Just go. You'll find a husband instantly because they're thirsty, all of them, staring. But you said if you want, fuck the finance bros, guys. This is where the money's at. Landscape show.
I hate dating as a woman in tech because if I try to date a guy in tech, they're typically really ugly and they have a whole bunch of nerdy interests that I can't relate to. There's some types of guys who work in tech who are attractive and we might have the same interests, but they think they are too smart and they are really full of themselves, and I don't like dating that type of guy either. If I try to date someone who doesn't work in tech, but they aren't a high earner, they end up feeling too insecure and they aren't able to afford the type of things that I can, like fine dining and traveling. So dating as a woman in tech is not for the weak. If you are a woman in tech, let me know if you have had some good or bad dating experiences.
I mean, this is the delusion I'm talking about here. We have an average-looking woman who thinks she's too good for the average man. And I don't know what kind of confidence this is, but I need some of it. But seriously, this is insane. What's crazy to me is that social media has really changed how people see themselves. You have people who are completely average lifestyle, average income, average looks. But because they get attention online, they start to believe they are above the very people who are actually on their level. And that's where the disconnect starts. You can't reject someone for being average when you're average too. That's like someone working a regular 9 to 5 saying they refuse to date someone who works a regular 9 to 5 because they deserve a millionaire. That's not confidence, that's a fantasy. And what's going to happen is a lot of these people are going to wake up later. Because time doesn't care about your delusion.
I don't even want to put this out there, but I'm literally never going to find anyone. I wanted a customized desk, so I'm building myself a customized desk. Until I find a man that's going to build me a customized desk and treat me just as good as I treat myself, I'm not going to want it. I spoil myself and I'm going to want to get spoiled by my man. Where are you? I'm looking for you. I'm praying for you every single dang day. Also, just think about the fact, if I treat myself this good, imagine how good I'm going to treat you.
Okay, I'm going to make this quick because I have to go into a meeting. I have 3 meetings today. I've been in the corporate life for almost half my life. For context, I'm 40 years old. I have 2 children who are 11 and 7. And I fell for it. I fell for this thing where, go to college, get your degree, if you want to have kids, you can do it all. You can have a career, you can have kids, you can just do everything. Well, I don't want to do everything. I don't want to do that anymore. I fell for that shit. Do not fall for it. Do not fall for that shit. I want to take my kids to school. I want to pick them up from school. I want to be there when they get home. I want to chaperone for them, volunteer at school. I just want to go to the gym, clean my house, do laundry, go to the grocery store, and just do not fall for that shit because it is not worth it. It's a joke. It's a joke. Don't do it. Be home, find a way to be home, be with your family, be with your kids. It's not worth it. None of this is worth it.
This woman is almost in tears because she fell for the independent woman lifestyle, and now that it's becoming overwhelming, she's tired and wished she hadn't gone down that road. The thing about the strong, independent woman lifestyle is that it doesn't warn women about these moments and breakdowns. It doesn't show the nights where you're sitting alone and everything is on you. All the bills, all the pressure, all the decisions, all the stress, it's all on your shoulders, and there's no one there to help you carry it. Social media only shows the good part. Now all she's wishing for is to be a stay-at-home mother, that traditional lifestyle. But really it's kind of too late. She's also warning other women not to walk down her path. And that's the part that really hits, because you can hear it in her voice. This isn't coming from a place of arrogance anymore. This is coming from a place of exhaustion and realization.
I've decided I am done living in America. It's time for me to move to London, find a man whose accent is smoother than a fine bottle of whiskey, and drown myself in hot tea and dairy milk chocolate. This is the life I deserve. This is the life I require.
Hello. My mom told me that I need to find a husband by the time I'm 30. So, I just want to put this out there. I have big eyes, small face, and natural double eyelids. Plus, I have a nursing degree. So medical care, stable income. If you want to apply, comment below and my mom will review the application.
So you guys just want to stay single, right? Because why else would you stop approaching women in public entirely? Because I feel like back in the day, like early 2000s, maybe the 90s, it was so common for men to walk up to women and, start a little conversation. Nowadays, that does not seem to happen anymore. So tell me, why is it that you guys would rather just die alone?
The reason guys aren't approaching you is because they're tired of your bull. They're tired of coming over to you and getting like slapped on the hand, or you're decked out. You want them to come over to you, but you don't actually want to date them. You just want them to give you attention so you can like dismiss them and reject them. We didn't play those games. There were less mind games in the 90s and 2000s. There was no social media was not a thing. So we weren't getting a ton of attention online all the time. Our egos weren't massively inflated. So when a guy came up to us in the bar, we were like appreciative of that attention. We thought it was cute. We weren't like, these just ego inflated, like narcissistic bombs.
Actually, it's the opposite. Men didn't want to be single. They were forced to make a decision. Either they deal with delusion, a woman who's never satisfied, entitled, or stay single, and they chose the latter. A lot of men didn't wake up one day and say, "I want to be alone for the rest of my life." That's not what most men want. Most men want a peaceful life. Most men want a woman they can come home to, build with, have kids with, and just live a normal life. That's what most men actually want. Or should I say, wanted. But what a lot of men started noticing is that relationships started to feel like a job interview, where they were the only ones being evaluated. It became about how much money he makes, what he can provide, what he can do for her, how he can upgrade her life, how he can entertain her, how he can keep her from getting bored. And for a lot of guys, it started to feel like no matter what they did, it was never enough.
I'm the problem. I just realized that I'm emotionally unavailable, so I attract emotionally unavailable men. That's it. I admit it. I want a husband because it sounds nice, but am I ready for one? No. Okay, fine.
Why is it that men nowadays, when it comes to dating, they don't believe in pursuing a woman, aka chasing a woman?
You want me to chase and pursue you so I can spend my money on a date. It don't make sense, ladies. As men, we already got enough on our plate. We have to lead, protect, provide, chase, pursue. Like, damn, why we can't chase each other? Why do I have to chase and pursue you to spend my money on you? It don't make sense. Would you tell your son to do this?
Fellas, I'm sick of it. Let me tell y'all something. You cannot make these women happy at all. Because if you don't got a job, she gonna leave you. If you got a job and you work too much, she gonna leave you. If you don't have nothing, she's gonna leave you. If you try to build something, she's gonna leave you. Women are only with men because of the convenience or maybe even the idea of having a man. Okay? Women, they don't want to sacrifice nothing. They don't want no responsibility for nothing. They don't want to go 60-40. They don't want to go 40-60. They don't want to go 50-50. They don't want to do nothing. All they want is the benefit of a king. But they do not want to have the patience and do what it takes to help him build the kingdom. So this is where you need to wake up. You need to realize what type of women that you're dealing with and go get you a woman that believes in your dream, in your kingdom, and that's willing to go 50-50 with you, 60-40 with you. Oh, baby, I ain't doing this. Oh, baby, I ain't doing that. Get rid of her. If she can't do that, get rid of her. I don't care how her mom and daddy made her fine. Get rid of her.
She isn't wrong. A lot of women out here really just want the finished product. They don't want responsibility or pressure. They want the package ready-made. They want the man after he's already built himself up, after he already struggled. They want the end result. Even after that, it still won't be enough for them. Because the reality is, a man can give a woman everything and she still will find a reason to leave. Not all women, but a lot of men feel like today, nothing is ever enough. You can give love, money, loyalty, stability, a home, trips, experiences, and somehow the relationship still fails because she's not happy, or she wants to find herself, or she thinks there's something better out there. So from a man's perspective, that risk starts to look very scary. Imagine working for 10 to 15 years to build a life, a house, a career, savings, and then one decision from the wrong person can cut that life in half.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and for everyone who doesn't know, I've been single for 21 years, going to be 22 next month. Woo! So I thought it would be super fun to start a series on here where I go to a bunch of places that I enjoy, and if I find someone that I think is cute, I'm gonna ask for their number. I feel like meeting people in real life is just more my thing, and dating apps have not worked out for me, But in person, I usually end up getting really scared, but this will hold me accountable and make me remember that embarrassment is just a mindset. So if you're somebody who has had a hard time finding someone, or maybe you've just not been lucky with love, you can follow along with me and we can go through this fun journey together. So I actually just did a trial run in this Goodwill, but there was like nobody in there. So that was a flop. So now I think I'm going to go to this new drink, like fun soda place that just opened, and I'm going to see if I can find someone in there. All right, I actually came to Barnes & Noble instead, so let's go in. There was no one at Barnes & Noble either, so we're pulling out the big stops. We're at H-E-B. Okay, I literally found the love of my life in there, and I chickened out, and I didn't ask for his number. But there were so many people in H-E-B, so now I think every day I'm going to come to this H-E-B until I find someone, and I think that might work.
This right here, I can respect. This woman is 22 years old and looking for a good man for her earlier rather than later. She's thinking long term. She's thinking about building a life with someone, not just having fun, not just chasing attention, not just chasing temporary experiences. She's thinking about stability, family, partnership, and that's something many women today fail to do. And what ends up happening to them is that they end up paying for it. Dating gets harder, etc. And people don't like to talk about this part. But dating is not the same at 22 as it is at 32. And it's definitely not the same at 22 as it is at 40. The dating market changes whether people want to admit it or not. When you're younger, you have more time, more options, more energy, and more chances to build something with someone who is also still building.
Date tonight, so here are my hard and fast rules that'll even get me through the door. If this doesn't happen, we cancel the date. Number 1, it can't be on a weekend. Weekends are reserved for the girlies, and if you're proposing a Friday or Saturday, sorry babe, I'm busy. Like, I don't have time to go on a first date on a Friday or a Saturday and waste one of my precious weekend days, especially now that, like, I'm a working woman. Number 2, they must offer to pick me up. Never will I accept, because that's, like, a wee bit dangerous. But if you haven't offered to pick me up, I'm not going. I think that's just like basic chivalry. Number 3, If this doesn't happen, sometimes I still go, but it's a little alarm bell in my head. You need to make a reservation. It just shows that you're organized. It shows that you're actually looking forward to seeing me. It's not like a last minute thought. You've thought about where we're going and you have a reservation and you're sending me where we're going at what time. Number 4, and this one might be controversial, I need to have a check-in text. I'm excited to see you tonight by like 3 o'clock. If I don't have that, I'm not going.
So based on everything that she's demanding, she must be some valuable woman, right? We'll unpack that in her next clip, but to respond to number 1, okay, you're a working woman, just like the rest of society. Bravo. What do you want, like a medal or something? He works too. Also, why would you assume that Friday or Saturday would be a waste of time with your date if you're potentially looking for someone to have commitment with, unless you're already planning on only dating them once, get your food freebie and move on? Because that's what it sounds like more than looking for a commitment. Also, for her point number 2, most men are probably not going to offer to pick you up just because, yes, the women would probably think it's creepy. I mean, rather than getting the benefit of the doubt, most of the time, women typically will assume that men are creepy rather than not. So why on earth would he even offer to pick you up? He gets himself to the date, he works just like you. Now, on the reservation part, she considers it a waste of time to use her Friday or Saturday to go out with men. So why would they think you're important enough to make a reservation for? What have you done to earn that when you already decided that it's a waste of time? Clearly, if you ask this woman to just go on a walking date or just go on a coffee date, she would be appalled. And this check-in text is so ridiculous. Why can't you send us check-in text? I didn't even know about this until I started seeing these women talk about it on TikTok. There's all of these little rules, like the fact that he has to text by 3 o'clock. Now, she does say that last rule is not set in stone, but the fact that he has to think with all these...
The reality is, women like this will be dating for a very long time because of their own standards. They have these very specific rules they expect a man to follow, and if they don't, it's some kind of red flag. She said that a man must offer to pick her up, not that she's going. But she wants to see some kind of chivalry. I don't even get that because now you're creating tests for people who don't even know you yet. That's what it sounds like to a lot of men. Tests, not conversations, not getting to know each other, not two people figuring each other out. It starts to feel like hidden rules. If he does this, he passes. If he doesn't do this, he fails. And honestly, all of that comes from entitlement. It's this mindset of, I deserve the best, I deserve this, I deserve that, without asking the other question that nobody wants to ask anymore. What do I deserve based on who I am, how I treat people, and what I bring to someone's life?